Hi, we have been talking about frequency filters, right? We have been talking about circuits that can give different gains to signals of different frequencies. And these kinds of frequency filters can be characterized into certain different shapes. So, for example, the most some of the shapes would be like this. So, for example, if you look at on the x-axis we are plotting the frequency. So there are some filters whose shape would be something like this. Okay, so these kind of filters are called low pass filters. So these are low pass filters. Let me write it here. Right, they are low pass filters because they have a high gain for the frequencies that are low, and they have a very small gain for the frequencies that are high. Okay, so on the y-axis we are plotting the gain of the circuit or the amplifier, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let me just write. Then on just like a low pass filter, you could also have a high pass filter, right? And how would the characteristic of high pass filter look like? It would be something like this, right? So these kinds of filters are high pass filters because they have a very high gain for high frequency signals. So they pass the high frequency signals while they block the low frequencies. So these are high pass. Now you can have kind of uh, some other, uh, so let's say a filter like this shape. So it's got a high gain in a certain frequency band and then a low gain for all other frequency bands. This kind of a filter would be called a band pass filter because it only passes a band of frequencies, and outside that band the gain becomes very low. On the and similar kind of the inverse of the band pass filter would be what is called a band stop filter, which is a high gain for all frequencies except a very small range of frequencies. So in this band of frequencies, the filter stops those frequencies while all the rest it passes through. So these kinds of filters are called band stop filters. Okay, so these are a few shapes. Of course, you can think of more complicated shapes of filters, but these are the basic building blocks.